What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. Look who it is, the Lion brothers, by the way.
That's right.
Magic's got his Detroit Lions on as they tackle the Chiefs last night, and then Papa Dude's got the Missouri Southern Lions, who got a big win at Washburn last night. Only Papa Dude and I will know who that is, but
That's
still.
right.
Big win for both the Lions. Magic, you are the biggest of the Lions here at the Racing Dudes. What do you think, man? That was a pretty big win last night.
Oh, yeah, brother. Oh, yeah. The Lions, they went into Kansas City, man, and they took down the Chiefs, man. They were celebrating winning the Super Bowl, but the Lions, they said, that was last year, brother. This year, we're going to win the Super Bowl. And it starts right here in Kansas City at the old Arrowhead Stadium. It ends in Detroit, Michigan on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
All
I
right.
don't even know what to say.
So, Magic, we've talked about drugs in the shows and
We do.
drugs, but don't show up
Yes.
with drugs in your system.
Yeah, as a teacher, I try to, talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm still high from last night, brother.
Big win. Big though for a big win for the Lions. And yeah, like Kevin O says, Papa Dude, Chiefs just could not catch a pass. It was unbelievable.
No, I'm hearing that a lot this morning. First of all, I remember about 3 or 4 weeks ago, Magic said the Lions were the worst team ever. Remember that? I believe they come on here bashing them. It was an exhibition game, I think.
Yeah.
Somich had picked them or something. I don't know what it was. But anyway,
I accidentally picked them.
I was super duper impressed with the Lions last night. And they controlled the line of scrimmage. They dominated the Chiefs up front, I thought. I didn't think Mahomes had much time to throw it. Did you?
Oh, I was not impressed with the Lions last night. No.
Oh, you weren't?
Not at all. No.
Magic, come on.
I think a good football team would have won that game by 20-plus points last night. To me, it was more about the Chiefs were horrible in that game.
Well, I agree partly, but I did think they couldn't protect from Mahomes. He was scrambling most of them.
But I mean, Chiefs had guys wide open and they couldn't catch the ball.
Well, they couldn't catch the damn ball, but that's true.
Yeah.
If they don't run that back to pick six, they probably win the game. But they didn't dominate the Lions. I mean, the Lions controlled them, really. They ran the ball well. The Lions did.
Yeah.
Had the Lions had a quarterback that's worth of crap, they'd have won by a lot more.
Well,
they would have.
Their offense put up only 14 points.
That's right.
I think that's if you would have told us, hey, the Lions are going to score 14 for the offensive side of the ball.
Exactly.
You would think they're definitely going to lose that game, and so they were able to get it done. But yeah, I mean, it was drop passes. That's all it was.
But it was a huge win. A huge win.
Go ahead, Magic.
Well, I was going to say too, like it kind of was a game as a Lions fan. You expect like, all right, this is one that they should win. So how are they going to lose it there? That was an interesting decision, that 3rd and 1 direct snap to the tight end. Yeah. That was an interesting play, and they trying to get cute. I'm like, 3rd and 1, you should just...
Yes.
I don't know. To me, I know the game flow is different, but at some point, especially because they got the Lions to turn over the ball, they stopped the Lions on the next possession. I just thought that was a weird decision why they didn't try and do something more direct.
It was really weird. And I think, in Kansas City, they have a lot of gadgets plays, whether it's on the goal line or trying to get 1 yard, and they work 99% of the time. But when they don't, you do kind of look a little bit foolish, and it didn't work. Yeah, they direct snapped to Blake Bell. He tried to they handed off to a wide receiver on an end around, and they lost like 4 yards instead of just, hey, we're the Chiefs. We're going to get 1 yard on the Lions here. So, listen, it was the Chiefs were just awful. There's just no way around it. They were bad, and I thought the Lions just kind of took advantage of some mistakes and were able to hold on and get that win. So it's a huge win for Detroit, though. It is
huge.
I would be careful about crowning them the NFC champion after this game. That's what I would say. I think it was more about the Chiefs not being able to catch the ball than anything else. So, all right, let's move on. Let's move on to today. We got 3 baseball games we're going to talk about. Then we'll go to some horse racing and round it off with some best bets here. We'll go to the Arizona Diamondbacks at the Chicago Cubs tonight, or this afternoon, I should say. Diamondbacks minus 120 in this game. Papa Dude, the Diamondbacks were able to get the job done last night in Chicago. That was a huge win. Can they do it again? What do you think about this game tonight?
Sure they can. Is that over under right?
Yeah, Zach Gallen on the mound for the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I don't know. That's awful low.
It is low.
Sure they can. They got the pitching matchup today with him against Italian for the Cubs. Cubs have been playing great. So they were due to lose last night. I like the Cubs as the underdog in this game at home against Arizona. Gallen hasn't been pitching just fantastic lately for the D-backs. Big game for both teams. Yep. Cubs trying to chase down the Brewers and win the division, and the Diamondbacks trying to get that last wild card spot in the NL. But if I'm going to bet anything, I'm going over 7 in this. I think there could be some runs scored in this one, unless the wind's blowing in, and I haven't checked that.
With Italian on the mound, there are chances for that for sure. And Gallen is not as good on the road as at home. Magic, what do you think about this one?
I like the over in this, just like the Lions took over the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. They gave me the over 7 in this. Gallen, 11 runs allowed in his last 10 2/3 innings, 4 home runs in his last 2 games. And then on the other side, Talon is not pitching well either. He's at 2-3 in August with a 5.23 ERA. 5 runs on 7 hits in 5 2/3 innings against the Reds in his first game in September. So I think this game is ripe to go over. You could see it go over after the first 5 innings, really. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of offense in this game.
Yeah, I think it's good play to play the over here. I'm going to take a shot with the Cubs here. Like I said, Gallen hasn't been just stellar recently. Not great on the road. He's had games where he's been okay, but not great. I think the Cubs are going to bounce back and get this win today. Plus, they are plus money. So I think that's a good way to go there and try to take the Cubs in this early afternoon game. All right, let's move on. Seattle and the Rays. And this is another one, the big series. Teams are fighting for playoff positions. Mariners trying to get back up in first in their division and also trying to hold on to the wild card at the same time if they don't get to first in the division. They won 1-0 last night in Tampa. Papa Dude, will the Mariners make it 2 in a row today?
Well, again, they've got the pitching matchup in their favor. They're playing well. Big win for them last night. They're trying to hang in there with Houston, and they're pretty solid in the playoffs at the moment, but they've got to keep winning. Tampa Bay is slipping out of their division a little bit. They're 4 back now. They're going to have to really get to rolling to catch the Orioles, who are just playing great. So, again, I've got to take the home team as the it's even money, so you got to take them in this one. They didn't score last night. You got to think they're going to come out today. So I like Tampa in this one.
Magic, what do you like?
I like Tampa as well. Kirby in the last 3 games actually given up 10 earned runs in 14 2/3 innings and 3 earned runs in 3 innings against the New York Mets last out. That's not inspiring a ton of confidence. If you really like the Rays for the first 5, you can get them -0.5 run at plus 145. So I'm actually kind of leaning that way as well. I think Taj Bradley, he can give up some runs, but I think he's a little more consistent right now than what George Kirby's been.
You know, one thing I think we've all kind of learned this season with baseball is if you fall in love with a pitcher or a team, just wait about 15, 20 days. It's up and downs. It's a long season, right? And George Kirby is a guy, Papa Dude and I, we've made a lot of money on him this year, but he's on a downward cycle. And Magic just pointed it out. So that's why I went with the Rays as well. I'll try to beat Kirby until he kind of rounds back into form. And I think he will. And I think that's the thing with most of these guys. It's up and down, right? And I think he's on a downward cycle right now. So give me the Rays. All right, one more to go here until we get to the race of the day. Let's go to the Brewers and the Yankees. We talked about the Yankees yesterday. They did lose, but they're still playing much better baseball. The Brewers going into New York here. The Yankees are the favorites. So you could get the Brewers at plus money or at least as an underdog today, Papa Dude. Where are you going in this one?
Well, Severino's pitching for the Yankees, so I usually bet against him, although he's been pitching better the last couple of times out. I never get the Brewers right, never. I don't trust them, even though they're playing well. I got to take them at plus money, though. because of the pitching matchup. I think they got a little bit of a matchup edge over the Yankees. Yankees are playing well. I'm going to take the Brewers at the plus money tonight.
All right, going with the Brewers there, Papa Dude. Magic, where are you going?
Cheers. Give me the Brewers. I like this one as well. Give the Brewers a plus money. Severino, the last 25 innings that he's pitched at home has allowed 15 earned runs. He's allowing 2 home runs per 9 innings pitched at the Yankee Stadium right now. So, yeah, give me the Brewers here. I think that they're hot. I think the bullpen comes through for them late in the game.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Yankees, actually, to pull a little bit of an upset here, guys. I don't know. I think this Brewers team, they've just been too hot, and I think they're gonna get beat tonight. I think this is a tricky series for them. They try to hold on to that division lead. It's still getting tight with the Cubs. They're making a push. So I don't know. I just feel like the Yankees are going to win this game tonight. So give me New York. All right, let's go to the race of the day. We're going to go to Del Mar. Last week of Del Mar, we've got 3 days to go here. And we're going to go race 6 on the card, the I'm Smoking Stakes. It's a field of 6 after the scratch of the 3. Magic, I'll start with you. Who do you like here at Del Mar?
This is an interesting race because you've got the graduation stakes, the top 3 horses that were all within a length of each other coming back here. I'm going to go with Last Call London, the 5 horse. 5-2 on the morning line, but might end up being close to favorite here. Juan Hernandez keeps the mount. This horse's biggest issue is getting out of the gate. Sometimes he's a little stumbly, he's a little slow, but when he gets out of the gate, he's very strong. The race 2 back, he lost to Dreamfire, but Dreamfire freaked that day, and then Dreamfire came back and repeated in the Best Pal Stakes? I can't remember what it was. He just won recently at Del Mar, and now he's going to be in the Futurity this weekend. So, good race there, a good horse to lose to, but yeah, I'm going to go with this horse. I think Peter Miller's got this horse training well. I think the 6 furlong distance should be there. And again, getting Juan Hernandez to ride the leading rider is big for me.
All right, Papa Dude, who you got in this one?
Well, I kind of looked at that last race, and Magic hit it on the head. Last Call London was coming, boy, at the end and got off to a terrible start against Lord Prince-A-Lot, who beat him by a head. Lord Prince-A-Lot looks like the lone speed, or one of the lone speed. He's 2 for 2, and he's gotten out in front and wired the field both times. But I think had Last Call London got out of the gate, he would have beat him because he really stumbled. So I'm going with Last Call London as well. I think he evens the score against Lord Prince-A-Lot today.
Well, you can go ahead and throw the 5 out, people that are listening to this, because I like Last Call London as well. And I think I don't have to say too much more on this. It just seems to me like if the horse gets out of the gate a little better, gets a little better positioning, going to be really tough to beat. And when Hernandez has been on this horse, he's ran extremely well. The only time he didn't run well, and Magic pointed it out, was up at Pleasanton, and, who knows what's going on up there. When they go up there, the form is pretty wonky compared to everywhere else that you go. But yeah, this horse hit the board in 4 of those 5 races. And like I said, almost got it done. And like Kevin O says, yeah, you might want to just go ahead and toss the 5 out now. I don't know if it's good that we're all 3 on this horse. Also kind of tells me this horse might go off favored, because if we're seeing it, everybody's probably seeing it. So see what happens. It's going to be a good race. If you like Lord Prince-A-Lot, it's hard to argue it. I mean, he does look like lone speed, and he's the one they got to catch. So see what happens. It's going to be a good race today. I think it's a small field, but I think it's a good field there at Del Mar. Magic, let's stick with horse racing. Let's go to the best bets now. You've got a horse, and it's a familiar place to Papa Dude and I. You're going to Remington Park, Oklahoma City. Tell us why.
I love this horse, this filly. Do you want to dance? Such a great name. She started her career off winning 3 straight, including 2 stakes, all against Oklahoma breds. They tried taking on a couple of Kentucky Oaks races, and it didn't really work out for her. She almost won at Will Rogers Downs in a 3-year-old Oklahoma fillies race, but didn't get the job done. That was going 2 turns, going a mile. I think cutting back to 7 furlongs is going to be great for her. She's second off the layoff. Taking I would say a class drop from facing Open Allowance Company to this spot to 3-year-old Oklahoma bred. So she stands out in a big way. I think she's super fast from the rail, and It's just a fun name. I love do you want to dance? And Pedlo, there you go. Let's put it all on. Just take your mortgage payment, put it all on do you want to dance?
I was hoping Pedlo was on because I figured he would be there tonight. He's there. Well, most nights I feel like Pedlo, you're there or at least betting it. Yeah, the late night racing at Remington Park is fantastic. I absolutely love it. And yeah, I knew this horse was coming up today. Awesome. Car Ramrod said, yeah. Listen, if you like horse racing, I really believe Remington is one of the top tracks. It's so much fun.
It is.
Whether you're there or you're watching it, at home and betting, it's just a really fun track. Papa Dude, I don't know if you looked at this one or not, but do you want?
Oh yeah, I can't. Tell me again. Who's the trainer?
Scott Young.
Oh yeah, that's Scott's great in Oklahoma, so that's a really solid pick. I love Remington Park at night. It's really pretty. It's a pretty track. It really is. It's a great setting. If you're ever in that area and they're running, make sure you go by. It's worth your time.
It's not going to give you like a big track atmosphere, but if you like racing, it's cool and it's really fun. Yeah,
and the payouts are usually really good at Remington. That late pick 4 usually pays, except when you and I get it, and then we lose money.
Right.
Oh gosh.
Oops. Yeah, come on down. And Pedlo says, and bring Magic. He needs Oklahoma, and he's like, I agree. That could fix Magic if we got some Oklahoma in his life.
Yeah,
that's not the kind of fixing Magic needs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
I just had to stop and think. I've never visited Oklahoma. I almost moved to Oklahoma. It was between Oklahoma and California. I almost went to Tulsa to work for the Drillers. Is that the baseball team?
Tulsa Drillers, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. It was between them and the Lancaster Jethawks, and Lancaster was in California, an hour away from where my now wife lives. So that's what won out. Yeah.
I don't know if there's any two states any more different than in Oklahoma.
You probably made the right decision.
I think you probably.
I think
your long-term future, yes, you made it.
Now I will say we'll be driving by the Tulsa Driller Stadium tomorrow, Papa Dude, and we do each and every time we go to Norman for the OU games, and very cool place. It looks like. I've never been to a game there, but it looks cool.
It is really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Man, I didn't think we'd be talking about the Tulsa Drillers, but here we are.
Tulsa Drillers.
Yeah, big fields most nights too. So if you like betting,
it's a good place.
Has it? Yeah. All right, let's move on to we got 3 best bets from 3 different things today, or 3 different sports, I should say. So Papa Dude, we're gonna go with you next. You got the Jayhawks tonight against Illinois. This is gonna be a great game. Tell us why.
I got the Jayhawks. I didn't think Illinois was very impressive in their opener against Toledo, but Toledo's sneaky good. You know, they're pretty decent. And they did win, and that's good that they did. Don't know anything about Kansas. They didn't have any kind of an opponent opening day. But the Jayhawks offense is dynamic. It's pretty good. They got a lot of skilled people. I think that place is going to be hopping tonight. Friday night, they're kind of on the national scene. Kansas football's on the upswing. Had a good year last year. I just think they're better than Illinois. I don't think Illinois' offense is good enough to keep up with them. I like the 3 points. I think they're going to cover. I think they're ready. So give me the Jayhawks at -3 tonight. And I can't believe I'm betting them in football.
Well, you got burnt last night by the Kansas City Chiefs. Now you're going.
I knew I would.
Jayhawks. I mean, oh boy. Yeah, Car Rammer said, as a Mizzou fan, I'm rooting for an earthquake. That's a feeling like when Oklahoma State and Texas always play.
Oh,
like who are you pulling for in this game? It's like I for a bomb. I don't know. Like it's just, maybe that's too extreme, but yeah, I know the feeling. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised either way in this one. I think Kansas has the better skill people. I think they will be able to score enough points to cover. So I lean your way, Papa Dude, but I wouldn't be surprised if you lose this one either.
If they don't turn it over and do some silly stuff, I think they win.
I agree. Magic, you got any thoughts on this game tonight?
Well, no, but I don't have a thought on that. If you're expecting them to not do anything silly, usually something silly is going to happen. Usually when that gets said on this show, you're like, well, as long as they don't do anything silly, Famous last words.
As long as the Kansas football team doesn't do something silly. All right, Papa Dude. Well, good luck tonight.
Well, no, they had a good year.
Rocking the chalk.
Hey, I will say this about this rocking the chalk. I will say this about this game. I think it'll be a very good game. Like I think I'm looking forward to watch. I'm not sure either team's very good, but I think it'll be a good game. So we shall see. All right. I'm going to the Reds tonight. Reds minus 125 tonight. They're taking on the Cardinals. It's in Cincinnati. The Cardinals have a Rom on the mound. He is not good at all. And the Reds have their best pitcher, Andrew Abbott. Now, he hasn't been pitching great as of late. I think he's going to be pitching good enough here to outmatch the Cardinals. So I'm going to go Reds minus 125 tonight. I think they're going to get it done. So here's the deal, guys. Let's talk about the Reds for a second because this has been a Reds show for a lot of the year. They have 20 games left. 17 of those games are against teams that are not going to be in the playoffs. We talked 2 weeks ago, Papa Dude. They had that tough stretch, and they weren't great, but they weren't bad. They were right around 500 in that stretch. But we were all saying if they can survive it, this is the part of the schedule where they should be able to make the playoffs. They're a half game out of the wild card. I mean, it's virtual tie basically between three teams. The teams that they're trying to outmatch have much tougher schedules. This is it for the Reds. They've got to, if they can go like 13-7 over this next 20, they're going to make it. They should do it. We'll see. It starts tonight. So I'm going to take the Reds.
They have to win tonight. They don't have to, but it's essential that they get this one.
You know, when like I said, 17 out of 20, those teams all have losing records as well. I mean, it's like, this is it. Like, you've got yourself in this position.
Yep.
You've hung in there. This is where you can do it and bring it in and make the playoffs. So that it's right there in front of them. It's not going to be easy. Baseball, any game you play is not an easy game, but this is where it starts. So I think they get it done tonight. I really like the pitching matchup. That's the big thing for me tonight. So we'll see. Maybe playing them a lot over the next 20 games. All right, let's get to the best bets, and we'll get you out of here. Recap them one more time. I'm going to go the Reds, like I said, minus 125. Magic's going to Remington, race 6, number 1, 2-1 there on the morning line. And Papa Dude's going Kansas, minus 3. We're 2-1 on the week, but we're only up $10. Magic.
How is that?
Well, listen to this. Magic's horse yesterday was 7-5.
Okay.
Loaded into the gate, came out at 1-5.
Oh, really?
So I can't even Magic like give you hell because
the
horse at no point in the post parade or in the paddock was 1-5.
This is at Del Mar?
No, this was at Indiana, Horseshoe, Indianapolis.
Okay.
So it's not like he opened at 1-5 or any of this. The whole time, it was her actually. The whole time she was a playable price until they opened the gates.
Wow.
I with 2 minutes to post, she was 7-8-5, and I was just sitting there. I was like, I threw a second win bet on her. I was like, this is. I thought for sure she'd be about even money. I have to play this, and then it broke out. I was like, yeah, it's great. And then they paused on the screen that as they're racing, I saw 1-5, and I went, what the?
Well, and it's twofold. That's the hell with trying to pick horses on this show because we try to keep you 4-5 or better, and you just never know. And in Magic's case, that looked golden the whole time leading up to the race. And then the other shit of it is what Magic did. He bet a horse at 7-5, and even when they were loading the gate, the horse was a playable price, and then they break and it's an unplayable price. It's like that can't happen. So, but it does.
Sounds like Will Rogers.
It's like Will Rogers and like a lot of these tracks. Yeah.
But the difference is that Will Rogers, if I did that, I'm actually moving the money. Like I'm not putting in enough money at Horseshoe Indy to move that much. Will Rogers, yes.
Not to just keep harping on it, but you would think at Horseshoe Indy, you might get 7-5 moved down to 4-5, but you would think you got enough money in the pool where you're not getting 1-5 on that horse. Yeah. So, and honestly, Magic, I went back and kind of looked at it. I wouldn't have been shocked if you got 4-5, but I really didn't think that was a 1-5 horse. So I would love to make.
She won like a 1-5 too, right?
Yeah, no, I know, right?
Oh, it's
held on, yeah. Won like a 8-1, really. But anyway, but I'd love to make fun of Magic is what I'm getting at, but I can't.
You can't. No.
It really
not for this anyway.
No, it really wasn't his fault. But anyway, we did win $10 yesterday.
That's right. It's better than losing $10.
That's right. All right, up 581 for the year. All right, we're getting out of here, guys. I just thought I'd kind of share that because that was a very frustrating thing. So anyway, we're getting out of here. We'll see you right back here tomorrow for more best bets, and good luck to everybody today.